Johnson is up.
Everyone knows my name is Susanne Johnson, and I'm a district parent, resident, taxpayer, and voter. I think it's extremely frustrating that between you guys and the council, you can't work out to make sure your meetings don't overlap. That's a shame. But anyway, that's not what my comments will really be directed to tonight. I'm most concerned about the brash disregard of the open government laws that has been displayed by LASD officials at last month's regular board meeting when discussing right-to-know law requests that failed to produce more than one email between board members in over 6 months. The board president indicated that the solicitor has advised the school board members to, quote, always delete them from the top. All of them. They don't have to give anything to anybody. According to the PA Office of Open Records, FAQs, quote, it's improperly deleting or destroying agency records before or after a right-to-know law request has been filed could result in a bad faith finding by court or in criminal charges where appropriate. As I expressed back in September, it's very disturbing that you guys want to celebrate right-to-know law appeal findings as successful because there were no records to provide as a result of deleting records. In my opinion, it isn't a win for voters if the school district's standard operating practice is to delete records in order to avoid disclosure. That isn't the intent of laws put in place to ensure open government. And why is the school district trying so hard to avoid transparency? Those that have nothing to hide nothing. I find it ironic that the board plans to pass the updated Policy 801 public records this month when you delete records so there isn't anything to turn over when a right-to-know law request is submitted. You're also looking to pass Policy 830.1, data governance and storage and security. And last month you passed Policy 800, records management, which both refer to a record management plan. I don't know what's in that plan, but it's supposed to include a records retention schedule. So I don't know if there's a record retention schedule for emails that you aren't following because you just delete them from the top. What is the backup or recovery plan for emails if you're just deleting them? What is the backup and recovery plan to protect against unintentional or intentional data loss as a result of deleting emails? Now to turn to additional spending being requested this month. The high school, middle school facility grant. The district is getting $500,000 from the grant, but is also requesting an additional $2.9 million from capital reserves to replace the 1990s windows with blue gym HVAC and ground floor HVAC and pneumatic system upgrades. I get the 1990 windows and blue gym HVAC, those are alternates that were cut from the building project last year due to funding concerns. However, the ground floor HVAC and pneumatic system upgrades weren't a high enough priority to be even considered a project alternate last year. So I'm not sure why it's such a priority this year to spend over $1.25 million on that now. And what was cut from the scope of those basement projects to reduce the estimate by over $1 million? For the ACES facility grant, the district had another $500,000, which is requesting another $1.5 million from capital reserves to replace the ACES HVAC systems, but you decided to defer, looks like, roof coating as part of the project for now to reduce spending. So when would that coating need to be done? Last month, you opted to transfer $3.2 million of the taxpayers' money that was surplus from last year's budget to capital reserves, and none of it to the ACTI building project, which all of you agree is an important investment. Keep in mind that for each $500,000 that you spend on capital projects, that's the equivalent of one annual ACTI building project needed, given the expectation that we will be responsible for $10 million over 20 years. Are each of these additional capital projects being requested that total $3.4 million worth of projects, which would be the equivalent of nearly 7 years worth of ACTI investment? Is that really the best use of money? Could that money have been used? The money that was already collected been used for ACTI instead of asking for tax increases and new tax revenue to cover at least part of the $10 million project that's upcoming. Thank you.